Good morning. It's 6:30 in the morning. It is 6:30 in the morning. Can I say that again? It's 6:30 a.m. here in California. It's so stupid early, but you know what? I usually get up this time anyway. All right, here we go. Yeah, Susan. I'm awake. I've been awake for a while, since about 4:30. But getting up and doing something, that's a different thing. But being awake in bed, that's not a problem for me. I'm up half the night anyway, usually, but last night I got pretty good sleep. I feel pretty good, and we have to drive up to Lake Tahoe to meet my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. So, there we are. Hi, Doreen. Haven't seen you around for a while. Hi, Stephanie. Oh my gosh, this is early for me, but I'm ready, and that's what matters. So I'm just going to begin, shall we? I got a little gift from my friend, Carolyn, who does Sparkling Water Studios, and she is the one that makes our creative handmade watercolors, and she is doing, and I'm going to make her post it, she's doing a new set of holiday colors, and it looks like most of them are sparkly, and guess what? We get to use them today. I think this is brown, silver. That color is amazing. A burgundy, a black, and that might be a sparkly green, but we'll try it today. So I posted something today, you guys, if you haven't seen it already, because it's early. Good morning, Judy and Jewel. Oh, Susan, his hubs is having knee replacement surgery today. Yeah, I'll post her information. You can also find her on Handmade Holidays, because for a while she was making the colors and then I was selling them. And then I am quite a pansy these days about shipping. I am tired of shipping. I've done it for many years and I don't want to do it anymore. So now she just makes them and sells them. So I made a post this morning for Giving Tuesday. Today is Giving Tuesday. Do you know about that? It's where people want you to give, money to certain charities or whatever. And I thought it would be fun to turn the tables and do a Giving Tuesday for you guys that sell stuff. And let's give our money to small businesses that do creative things. And so far, there's, I think, 3 or 4 people who have posted their goodies, and they're super cute. So take a look at that post called Giving Tuesday. I'm going to make Carolyn share those there. But again, you can also find hers on Handmade Holidays. I got a super cute card from Debbie Buchanan, I think. Yes, Debbie Buchanan. Look how pretty that is. Can you see the glitter? I love this glitter because it lays flat. I'm going to have to ask her about it. I think I might need it. It's really cool. And it sparkles really well. Can you see the sparkles? Okay. And that leads us to this. Journal Play Day. I have decided that in 2026, we will continue Journal Play Day. Yeah. And the crowd goes wild. So it's pretty much the same. There are more changes for me than for you, but make a simple journal each month. So we may not get as involved in as we have in some of the other journals. Vicky says she's stuck in a hotel because of ice and a snowstorm in Virginia. Whoa. I've told this story before, but have you ever seen the movie on the ice storm? Well, there's several. There's a disaster film, but then there's one about these people who I wish I could remember what it's called. It was from the 60s, and they're swingers, and they're stuck in somebody's house after they've put their keys in a bowl back in the 60s to go home with somebody else, and it's a drama. So I hope that's not happening to you, Vicki. Anyway, so we're going to make a simple journal each month, and when I say simple, I mean simple. That doesn't mean that we're not going to make some of the other fun journals, but most of them are just going to be a journal to play in each month. Then you're going to get 1 to 3 pieces of new art or background paper monthly. And I promise to myself, you will not be getting 8 to 12 pieces of background paper each month. Then you're going to have an additional pre-recorded class on creating a page or two. I'm going to do that at my leisure. I'm not going to plan it and say, I will be here at 3 a.m. in the morning live. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to do it at a time that works for me, and then I will pre-record it so you can watch that at any time. So we create a new journal each month for the month before. So in other words, January is going to be created in December, February is going to be created in January, and March is going to be created in February. Oh, Vicki says no, she's just eating too many snacks. That's a dream come true for me. I'm pretty sure the price is going to go to $30 instead of $25 because, you know, just like everything else in the world, everything goes up in price except for your paycheck, your Social Security check, your pension check. Everything else goes up. And my time is worth it. I'm sorry to say that. I hate to say that. I've kept my prices as low as possible for the longest time. But you guys, this artwork takes me so long. And I just am slowing down and my prices are going up. All right. That being said, here is the first piece of artwork for January. I got to just stay in bed and draw yesterday, which made me super happy. So I wanted to do mostly words, but I also wanted to do snowmen and snow people. So you get a snow boy and a snow woman and a bunch of cool words: grow, inspire, believe, create, simplify, joy. I love this one. The teeny tiny word of bliss. This one here, which is a snow cabin. The word pause, which I think is a good word for the new year. Resolutions, cheer, and make it happen, all New Year's words. Then you get a snowman, and you get the words, a tiny word of a new chapter, patience, and dream. I love the tiny words, by the way. Then you get a couple of them that you can put your own words into or draw your own whatever. Then you get this little snowman girl who you can put a word in here. Thoughts for today. You get the word faith. Write it down. Today, this week. Words matter because they do. Best day ever. Just be. And thrive. And then a cute little snow girl. And then you get the word breathe. I hope that says breathe and not breath. I get it wrong every time. But I think I like that. Oh, patience. Didn't I do patience? Becky, look, I did your word. Because that's one for me as well. Patience. I go through 100 words. So that's for Journal Play Day. That is for coming up in January. Usually our colors for January are purple and blue, and this year is no different. So these will all be done in blues and purples, which I'm super excited about. All right. Then I wanted to share this because one of you guys gave me this. And I thought it was Denise, but she said no. So maybe it's Diana. Is there another Denise that I'm forgetting? Somebody emailed me and told me they were sending me these. And they were sending me both. And I think she said these are the ones she wanted me to try. White highlight pens. Ugh. But there was no message. There was no note in the package. I opened it up and reopened it and reopened it. So I don't know. If you're the one that sent me these, can you please tell me? Because they look awesome, but I don't want to open them until I know who sent them. I looked in my emails because she sent me an email telling me she sent them, but I can't find it. So I can't wait to try them. Thank you, whomever you are. All right, so for today, kids, we don't have to do a front cover, right? Our front covers are every 4 days or 3 days. So we did our elf guy here, our Buddy the Elf. Then what I did was I took my pencil and I drew around here. I have something that is lost. Are you kidding me? Oh, there, it's right here. So I drew around where the opening is. What other Denise is there, though? I didn't think there was another Denise. I don't know. So I'm going to just glue this down here. I probably should wait to glue it down because I might want to watercolor this, but you know, I have to get out of here early because we're driving to Lake Tahoe to meet my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and we have to be there at 10. So we got to go early. So that's why I changed the time. All right, so that's super cute. So I used, in case you don't know, and it doesn't have to push in all the way. I love that. I used this 1.5 inch scallop circle punch, and then I used a 1 1/4 inch flat round punch. And I'm keeping this on the desk here because I'm going to continue to use it. Then today is Christmas with the Kranks. And if you don't know Christmas with the Kranks like I did not know, I had to look it up. It's the one with Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, and they're going to take a cruise to the Bahamas or somewhere, and they have their Hawaiian shirts on and they're all ready to go, and then their kids come in and say, "You're not going to decorate this year? What's Christmas without your decorations?" So then it's Dan Aykroyd, who's the next door neighbor, and Tim Allen says, "Oh, well, game on. We're going to decorate to the 10th power." And the part that I decided to do today is the part where he's putting Frosty the Snowman. No, it wasn't Denise Albright. But thank you, Susan. Good try. I'm going to do the snowman. And we're going to write Free Frosty. Because when I looked up quotes for whatchamacallit, for this movie, all the quotes that I found had to do with freeing Frosty. So then I looked up the most famous movie scene from it, and it's all about the snowman. So let's bring the camera down. I'm going to put the snowman over here. And I don't like the snowman that they used, but what can you do? He has a curved brim on his hat, and his hat is definitely this kind of hat where it's flared. And then the important part is in here, he has a band that is plaid. And then here he gets a scarf that is also plaid. And the knot in the scarf, and it comes down like this on his body. So let's put his body in first. And I don't like the shape of his body, but what can you do? And then he gets a belt, which I also don't like on a snowman. Don't see any reason that a snowman should have a belt with a red buckle, which I also don't like. I want my buckles to be gold. There, do you see him so far? I think I should make his body, because he's one of those, like, old, funky snowmen. And then his bottom is ginormous. One of those snowman. You know, the old-fashioned light-up snowman? The other thing I don't like about him is, there's many things I don't like about this snowman, is his arm comes down to a mitt. And I can't draw mitts very good. It looks almost like a sock, if you can see it there. Then this arm is up with a glove that is like the other glove, but it doesn't look the same. And it goes into a finger and a big mitt part. Got it? Then his eyeballs are made out of coal, and they're giant, because when Tim Allen falls off the roof with the snowman, these things are on fire. On fire. Then he does not have a carrot nose. He has a round red nose, which is probably the part I hate the most. And then he has a smile. Not my kind of snowman. So then let's put in his scarf, which goes over his belt, I'm going to say. And around his Mitt glove. His Mitt Romney glove. Okay, there's our snowman. We're going to just get through it. I did find somebody who drew a picture of him. Let me see if the drawing is any better than the real one. I mean, it's ugly. That's the drawing. Let's see. Oh, did I miss buttons? Does he have buttons? He does. 1, 2, 3 up top. 1, 2, 3 up top, and 2 here. Forgot that part. Ready? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't like drawing things I don't like. So I think we're going to use a glaze pen. For no other reason than it's handy, and it sounded like a good idea to me. And that way his buttons will stick out. So this band has to get painted in. So we'll wait for the glaze to dry. And then his hat. We're getting there. And then his eyes are kind of tucked under his hat. And they are big black dots. His red nose we don't have to draw yet. His mouth we're going to draw because it is black. Our outlines have to be black because they're outlines. Duh. And his scarf. And this part of his scarf. And this is all going to be painted in plaid. The rest of him is just going to be this outline. What did Karen say? Karen's trying to defend the snowman, I think. Karen said he was an old-fashioned school-blown snowman. Every single person in town had the exact same snowman. They were all supposed to be put up every year. Is that from the movie, or is that at your house? I need more light. Sorry if there's a shadow. Are you telling me, like, fact? Or from the Tim Allen, Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis movie? Jamie Lee Curtis is in a new movie that comes out December 12th, and I'm going to go to the theaters by myself and watch a movie. Because my husband's not going to want to watch it. I would take my mother-in-law and my husband, but no. Don't think so. Anyway. Looks like I missed a little bit there. Oh, that's from the movie, Karen said. Jules says it's snowing there. Oh, old school snowman. Thank you. All right, so now this part normally would just be white, you know, but because it's on a white card, we have to make do with black. Thank you, Karen, for schooling us about the snowman in the movie. This buckle becomes red. I think so far my favorite part about this card is this right here. All right, now he's getting his he's a big bottom snowman. I like big snowmen, and I cannot lie. Coal, 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 coal. Lots of coal. And his belt becomes black, right? I hope that's right. I think last year or the year before, I started seeing a lot of these plastic gnomes and Santas and reindeers. Oh, shoot. I went through the glove. There's no fixing that, except I could cut a glove. I think that's what I'll do. I think we'll glue some gloves right on there. Anyway, I started seeing a lot of old-fashioned critters. You know, these little light-up things. Karen says a really funny part of the movie is when Jamie and Tim meet for dinner after she tans and he had Botox. Oh my gosh, I remember that. Didn't they have a ham? Wasn't there something about a ham? All right, we're going to do glue-on gloves. They're going to go over that black line. That's our first one. I think there was a ham involved. It's been a long time since I watched it, and I got to tell you guys, I like to do my research. I like to know what I'm talking about. So I went to watch it last night, and the only channel that I could get it on was Prime, and I had to pay $3.95 for it, or 99 cents, and I'm like, no, that's just wrong. I already pay for Prime. I should be able to watch this dang movie without, you know, having to pay again. Am I right? This world. I already complained about that subscription thing, right? Let's get this erased off here. The single last canned ham in town. Oh my God, I remember that now. Karen, you know this movie pretty well. I'm impressed. But as soon as you said the single last canned ham, I remembered it. Glue this one down before we glue down the one that looks like a mitt. See, you can fix anything. We covered it up with paper. And actually, that looks really cute. This one's kind of weird, like a boot. Are you driving to Nevada today? If so, I'll wave. No. We're going to Kings Beach, actually, in Tahoe. to see my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. We're meeting halfway. And apparently, Truckee for them is further, because they live in Gardnerville, Kathy. Truckee is further than Tahoe, so we're meeting in Tahoe. We figured it out. Theirs is 1 hour and 5 minutes, and ours is 1 hour and 3 minutes. But here's the clincher. We're taking my mother-in-law home first, so we have to drive to Grass Valley. And we're letting her stay by herself for the day. See how she does. Okay, well, that's not horrible. And we had to make sure it was okay with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, because they have different feelings about her being on her own than we do. But recently, we are more in line with their feelings about her being alone. But I think during the day, if she just hangs out and watches TV, you know, and doesn't get crazy, doesn't go outside. I don't know. We're going to try it, basically. Try it. I got to move some stuff here. Hang on. Because I got to get a red pencil. Yes, there is going to be beautiful weather today. You are correct. I did not want to outline this. And I did not want to do it in watercolor. So now we're going to do the scarf. Where is the scarf? There he is. It's green, light green and dark green. And it will be fun to watercolor because of the glaze pen. You can just go in the center of it. And it kind of acts as a barrier, which is the lovely thing about the glaze pen. And then your paint will stay within that glaze line. I mean, you still have to be careful. You can't go crazy. What time is it? I hear my husband running over here. I have a half hour. All right. So then we got to do this part, which looks like it is green and red, light green, and then a dark green and white stripes. Oh, and I have to do the red belt. Forgot about that part. I have stuff. It is really cool to use these glaze pens. I'm so sad they aren't making them anymore because, oh, well, I did just go out of the lines there, but normally you can stay in the lines nicely. I mean, he's cute. He's just not Lindsay cute. You know what I mean? And he does have a chin, which I did not draw in. Everything's sliding here on the floor. All right, so next we need to do, where is the scarf? A darker green. This one, hold on. There's a darker green right here. That's got a lot of water. And there's red there, and there's a darker green here. So I gotta let that dry, but then this is green on green. That's easy. Thought there was red in this scarf. But I took a screenshot from the movie on YouTube, and that's what I'm following. We definitely want authentic Frosty. Right? And then it gets white lines and black lines. Kathy says, I bought 2 boxes of glazed pen in the summertime. Didn't know they were going bust. Well, I hope they last. Put them in a Ziploc bag, Kathy. That'll keep them from going bad too quickly. No, I don't want to put holly. I want to keep him pretty traditional. He's pretty traditional. Kathy, do you have a good lunch spot? Because we normally go to Jason's, but my husband and my brother-in-law went there last time, and they were not excited about it. So I need somewhere in Kings Beach or Tahoe City. Well, I don't think they're going to go as far as Tahoe City, so maybe not. I like Garwoods. Okay, I'll look it up. Garwoods. If you like it, then I like it. Maybe I'll do watercolor on top of this colored pencil. And in his nose, since I have the red out. All right. I might give him some twinkle lights because I have a half hour. And I need to write Free Frosty here. That's why I did him over this way. I just want this to be dry. I don't want to drag my hand through any paint. And that green is taking a long time. Okay. There's just a tiny bit of pencil line there. And I can rest my hand on this. And we're going to make that thicker. Don't you fret it. I think we're going to go with a capital F. I don't hardly ever do capital Fs. Now I want a frosty cone. Did I already tell you guys that Dairy Queen stopped doing chocolate ice cream? So you can't get twisty cones at Dairy Queen anymore, or at least our Dairy Queen in Truckee. I used to look forward to going to that part of the woods so that I could stop at Dairy Queen and get a Frosty on my way home, a Frosty cone. But they don't have chocolate ice cream anymore. What is up with that? And I don't know if that's all Dairy Queens or just this one. But it's upsetting. I mean, you know, in the scope of things. So now we bypass Dairy Queen altogether. Sad but true. So he's not sparkly. I could make him sparkly, but I think he just needs to be frosty. Right? He is pretty generic. Yeah, there's a guy over in the next town over that has a whole entire front yard of these plastic things. And last year, somebody stole 12 of them. And guess what? They found the guy. What? Why would you steal them and put them in your front yard? What a dope. Anyway, he probably just got a slap on the wrist. I hope they threw him in jail for stealing Christmas lawn decor. But this guy has probably 100, and they're all little. They look really dumb in his front yard, but it's very nice that he has them there, and that's what matters. I'm sure kids like it. He also has a train, so that's cool. I've been writing down addresses from Instagram of either people or news companies that tell houses that are absolutely amazing this year. And I'm excited to go look at lights. Okay. I don't want to use this anymore. So I'm going to draw with a regular pen. Boy, this looks so gray compared to that black pen. All right, I am no good at drawing lights, but I'm going to try. So you put a little thing there, and then it's a, oh, that one's not so bad. It's like a rounded, that one's not so good. It's like a rounded, I don't know what you call it. Almost like a triangle, but rounded a bit more. That one's not so good. Usually I get one in the strand that looks really good. But I figured since the movie talks a lot about lights, and I did not want to draw a canned ham. So I figured this is the way to roll. Do a few lights. Oh, that is really not so good. Don't want to put one over there. Oh, I haven't had my beta blocker today. My hand got a little shaky. Oh well. And this needs to be a bit thicker. The plug. Yeah, we used to draw lights like this at my store, and I would always have the young girls draw them because I was not good at drawing the lights. But, you know, give it a try. All right, we're going with, oh, wait, let's do this. I'm not going with glaze here. Going with black. And then one of his lines through his scarf is black. And then we have to do white. Good morning, Penny. I'm almost done. So welcome, and I'll see you tomorrow. Just kidding. Not quite done yet. I like the hat the best. At least it has some color besides just green. I can't do it. I'm adding white dots to his mittens. I mean, it just needs a little something. There's no fringe. Ugh, boring. Boring. We're gonna do rainbow lights. Going with red. Going with orange. Yellow. Green. It's too dark of a green. Blue. The light blue. That was too dark of a blue. Purple. And we're going, if I can find a pink. Oh yeah, I posted it last night because I have to go to Lake Tahoe to meet my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. Sorry. I didn't know either. It was a surprise for everybody. My husband just told me late in the day. Surprise! So, when the classes are free, this is what I gotta do. I gotta do what works for the family, you know? It's the family life, the family way. Okay, I'm just going to go on record and say, this is the grossest thing I've ever drawn. I do not like this at all, not one bit. I don't like the lights. I don't like any part of it. Give a little sparkle. It just looks so childish to me. I don't know. It doesn't have any art appeal. This pen is out of Silva. And I don't know what to do quickly to dress it up. I don't think there is much. And I just got black right there. I don't know where it came from. So boring. Boring. Huh. I don't have any gray brush pens out here, so I don't know where those went. I'm leaving him. Because what time is it? 7:13. I gotta get crack-a-lackin'. Maybe by putting a red border, it'll make it a little bit more Lindsay. I doubt it. Almost done. I don't know if this red border helped or made it worse. I don't know. But yes, he does look like the snowman. Thank you, Karen. Karen, movie aficionado. Karen, our everything crank. I'm going to do one thing here real quick, because I cannot stand it. Teeny tiny white dots around the border. Maybe snowflakes. Would snowflakes help it? This helped a bit. I do like this now. I will say I will not be sharing this on my art page on Instagram because I feel like it's not very artful. I want to cover up that black dot that I ran my finger in. That's why I added the white dots, because they cover up a plethora of mistakes. I'll add little shine lines in these lights. And I can't stand it. Couple little shine lines. Never hurt anybody, right? John Grisham wrote the book for the Christmas at the Kranks. John Grisham, the crime writer, he really did? That's crazy. Okay, the snowflakes are definitely helping. Just a couple, not too many. All right, so there's the border. I added dots in his hat. I do like the free frosty part. And I know that I'm going to like it in the book because I already know that I don't have to look at the snowman for very long. Okay, that is cute. Bye-bye. It was called Skipping Christmas. Huh. Karen, you know a lot about this movie. We might have to dive into that later. But I gotta go now. I already heard my husband start the car. All right, there's Frosty. I'm going to take a picture of him and share him with you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, have a good day. What's tomorrow? Let me think about it all day long. Love lights and Hanukkah. That means a dreidel. Or a menorah. or latkes, or a little boy with yarmulke, a yarmulke. All right, love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.